What if I told you that the best parts in life might be the shittiest moments you've experienced? Happiness is, of course, having satisfaction in where you are or what you do. I usually say it's the act of not being mentally against the lifestyle you live. I've heard people say that having everything you need would be a happy lifestyle. Maybe, but that's just sufficient. That's just sufficiency. Basically being okay where you are. That could be a good and a bad thing. But obviously, if we're thinking objectively about happiness, then it doesn't really matter because you're happy no matter what I think of it. In my opinion, there should be more to happiness than just being free or having enough. I believe freedom for too long in this category will actually drive you insane. Let me explain. Bars. Happiness can't be a specific thing that's outwardly reliant on people or things. Like money, drugs, people. It's not real. Counter to what I'm saying might be that there are depressed people who have people in their life that make them feel better. Yes, you might be right, because social connections are very, very important in someone's well-being. But in order to be actually happy, I'm going to cut it right there actually, because I don't like my word usage. I don't want to sound like I'm teaching you what happiness is, but in order to find your true inner peace, I feel like you have to be in line with your life and present values. If you're depressed by yourself and they make you feel better,
that does not make you happy.
You can't just go off floating in life and expect to be happy after a certain point, because
I did exactly that.
There's definitely a threshold to happiness. In my experience, I've been through a lot of commitment issues, whether it's with girls, jobs, quality time, or even as small as phone calls. This makes my happiness very hard to find or satisfy. And I know that I said happiness can't be outward.
So just let me cook real quick.
This rough spot in my life has opened me more to intrinsic happiness. So I'm not very outwardly reliant at times. I realize I can't solely rely on someone or something else to keep me happy. So I try to minimize that as much as possible. I know I'm not a rare case. There are people out there doing 10 times better than casuals who are mentally healthy. I'm not saying I'm not mentally healthy, but I'm not saying I'm not mentally healthy, but the people who are in line with casual beliefs like being okay with working a 9 to 5. Through my experience, happiness isn't barely hitting that threshold. It's exceeding it for yourself. You might tell me that there are people who are happy who don't have a quarter of the things I have. I said earlier that it also comes to being with okay and where your place is in life. If you think you belong in where you're at, then so be it. Listen, what I'm saying is all this might be enough to satisfy yourself, but why not be more?